If you think training to failure every set is growing your muscle, you've fallen for the biggest trap in the fitness industry. Most of you would actually grow more if you didn't fail all the time. The whole train to failure every set shenanigans has gone way too far. Yes, pushing yourself is important, but failure isn't the magic trick to growing your muscles. So what do I do instead? Well, we're going to make more mechanical tension. It's 4 to 6 reps at 1 to 3 sets, with maybe 1 set to failure at most. At most. Just to boost your ego. Why? Well, it's pretty straightforward. With a lower rep range, we're going to have to increase the weight. So immediately we get more muscular tension. You've also probably been told slow and controlled is best to grow your muscle. No, we want to go as fast as possible within control. But let's just say if I load up in 100 kilos on this bench here, I wouldn't be able to move that fast. But if I'm moving as fast as I can, that's where the muscular tension is. That's where the growth is going to happen. So obviously, if you're not stupid, you know that micro tears happens. You're going to get more muscle fiber recruitment by pushing as hard as you can, therefore getting more type 2 fibers, more micro tears, more growth. Now on the other side of the argument you could go, well if you do 20 reps of, I don't know, 70 kilos, you're going to get a crazy pump and it's going to feel good and you're going to feel so fucked afterwards and you're going to know. You're just ruining your recovery. And then recovery isn't like being sore the day after and, you know, doing upper body, lower body. That's not recovery. Recovery is in the in-between sets as well. You've got ATP turning into ADP, going back to ATP. That's another thing. But it's every single rep you do, calcium ions will go into the muscle. Calcium ions will create your fatigue, in a simple way to put it. So by pushing out, 20 fucking reps of whatever, you're fatiguing yourself more for the next one. The next one you may only get 17. You are going to get more mechanical tension. So I've said a lot of shit, but let's look at some studies so you know I'm not lying. So this first one is resistance training to muscular failure necessary. While training may amplify muscular activation, it isn't strictly necessary. Submaximal training, so that 4 to 6 reps like I was saying, is similar strength and hypertrophy with potentially less fatigue and easier recovery. So all of these were done with EMG stuff, so obviously testing the muscle strength per rep as well. The next one, same person the next year, so he actually is now studying the time course of recovery following resistance training. So we've got 3x5 reps, 6x5 reps, and then 3x10, 3x10 being to failure. The 3x5 and the 6x5, they recovered significantly faster between 24 and 48 hours. It doesn't say it, but they would have recovered faster between sets as well. It's measured with biomarkers, so to put it simply, the main ones would have been calcium ions and hydrogen ions, so they're the main kind of fatigue markers, and so it would have shown that the calcium ions, even though they would have dissipated quite quickly, still remain a little bit higher, and most significantly the hydrogen ions, which is the main component of lactic acid for people who don't know what I'm talking about. To put it most simply, the more lactic acid you have in your muscles, the harder it will be to contract. So this study basically just said that the biomarkers were still present up to 72 hours post-exercise, and it was the greatest with those who trained the 3 to 10, so until failure, when compared to the 3 to 5 and the 6x5, which were 24 to 48 hours. So people who are going, they do upper lower, and they do upper lower every set to failure, and every single exercise they do, let's just say, upper on a Monday. You're still going to be cooked for your next upper session on a Wednesday. So the only real thing that most people know and is correct is progressive overload. If you're not increasing by 5% in any variable progressively, you're not going anywhere. You're not going to get that by training to failure because you're so fucked. The only way that's going to happen is if you blast MK. I'm not saying training to failure is all bad. I'm saying training to failure every set is. All it really does for you is boost your ego and maybe you'll get a nice pump. But if you want to grow your muscle, Stop chasing failure and start chasing quality work sets. Your muscle doesn't care about training to failure, it only cares about mechanical tension and correct loading over a week. So if you want to skyrocket your growth, stop training to failure.